It's finally happening. A huge and carefully planned upgrade for Lewis Hamilton's SF-25 has been leaked, and it could be the turning point of Ferrari's 2025 season. This isn't just a small change or a standard update, it's the result of months of silent work, behind-the-scenes development, hours and hours of simulation testing and detailed data analysis. The team has been working to find a solution for the many problems Hamilton has faced since the beginning of the season. Now, as we head into the Canadian Grand Prix, Ferrari is finally ready to unleash a game-changing update. At the center of it all is a completely reworked floor for the SF-25. This new floor is not just a small change in design, it's a major rebuild of how the car manages airflow underneath. According to sources close to the Ferrari team, the new floor focuses on fixing one of the biggest problems the SF-25 has had this year: unpredictability. Hamilton has been struggling with a car that feels different from one corner to the next. The balance would shift suddenly, and the grip levels could change during a single lap. That made it nearly impossible for him to drive with confidence. But now, with this upgraded floor, Ferrari believes they've found a way to finally give Hamilton the consistency he's been asking for. The upgrade is designed to make the car less sensitive to changes in wind direction and track temperature, two factors that often caused trouble for the SF-25 in previous races. When the wind shifted or the track heated up, Hamilton would suddenly lose front grip or rear traction, depending on the conditions. That made it very hard for him to push the car to the limit. The new floor is supposed to keep airflow under, control more effectively, no matter the external conditions. It helps give the car a stable platform, especially in long corners where downforce is essential. But Ferrari didn't stop there. While working on the floor, the engineers also found ways to reduce drag while improving downforce in medium-speed corners. This is a huge deal for the Canadian Grand Prix because the circuit Gilles Villeneuve demands both high straight-line speed and excellent grip in tight chicanes. It's a track that challenges both the engine and the chassis. You need to be fast on the straights, but also very stable when entering and exiting slow corners. Ferrari believes this new floor will help the SF-25 deliver both. Ferrari's internal simulations suggest that the SF-25 now behaves much better in low-speed corners, which has been a weak spot all season. Hamilton has had a hard time accelerating cleanly out of hairpins and slow corners, often losing time while trying to keep the car under control. With the new floor, the telemetry shows stronger grip on corner entry and better traction on exit. This should make a big difference in Canada, especially at places like the hairpin and the final chicane. If Hamilton can carry more speed through those sections, he might finally be able to fight at the front. Another major change that comes with this upgrade is the reduction of bouncing and porpoising, problems that have been frustrating Hamilton since pre-season testing. At high speeds, the car would start to bounce along the straights, especially when DRS was open. This made it harder to brake late and stay confident under pressure. Ferrari's new design seems to have solved much of this issue, allowing the car to stay flatter and more predictable even when pushed to the limit. This gives Hamilton a huge boost in confidence, especially during qualifying laps and heavy braking moments, both of which are crucial in Montreal. Alongside the floor, Ferrari has also been working on other upgrades. One of them is a change to the front suspension geometry. Although this full upgrade will only be introduced at the British Grand Prix in Silverstone, Hamilton is expected to get a first version of a new setup package in Canada. This setup is meant to work together with the new floor. It helps the car rotate better in corners and improves traction out of tight bends. This should allow Hamilton to control the car more precisely when turning in, especially in tricky sections like Turn 3 and the tight hairpins. Clean exits mean better speed onto the straights, and that's where the SF-25 was losing time in past races. The engine side of things has also been fine-tuned. Ferrari has adjusted the power unit calibration and hybrid deployment specifically for the Canadian track. Canada is a stop-and-go circuit. You brake hard, then accelerate fast, over and over again. To match this, Ferrari refined the energy deployment strategy. Now Hamilton should get more electric power when coming out of slow corners. At the same time, the new settings help the car recover energy more efficiently on the straights. This keeps the battery charged while giving him extra performance in the right moments. The result should be better throttle response, stronger acceleration, and a better chance to overtake. Ferrari also made sure that these upgrades suit Hamilton's driving style. After comparing his driving data with Charles Leclerc's, Ferrari engineers realized that the SF-25 was more in tune with Leclerc's habits. Hamilton, who has a smoother and more sensitive driving approach, needed changes in the chassis behavior and braking system. So they recalibrated the brake-by-wire system to match Hamilton's preferences and adjusted how the chassis responds to his inputs. These small but important changes are meant to make him feel more connected to the car, and that feeling is key when driving at the limit. Team principal Fred Vasseur spoke recently about these changes. He said that Ferrari isn't waiting until 2026 to improve. These new parts are part of a serious push to recover points and fight at the front again. Some components have already been submitted to the FIA for approval, while others are being kept secret for now. This is a smart move to stop rival teams from copying ideas or planning around Ferrari's progress. Vasseur's message was clear. The team still believes in the SF-25 and in Lewis Hamilton. They are not giving up on this season. Hamilton's own comments also showed a shift in mood. When asked by reporters about the new upgrades, he replied with a short but powerful statement. "We've got some interesting stuff coming. I'm hoping it brings us back into the fight." That kind of cautious optimism is typical of Hamilton. When he senses something big might be on the horizon, he's not someone who gets overly excited unless he truly believes something has potential. And if the performance on the track matches what Ferrari has seen in simulations, then Canada could be a breakthrough weekend for both the team and Hamilton himself. It's also important to remember what's at stake. Hamilton has not scored a podium this season. He spent most races fighting in the midfield, while other drivers, even in the same car, managed better results. The pressure has been building, not just on him, but on the entire Ferrari project. Fans, media, and even people inside the paddock have started to question whether this move to Ferrari will ever bring success. This new floor isn't just about improving lap times, it's about changing the direction of the season. It's Ferrari's response to weeks of criticism. And more than that, it's their message to Hamilton. We are listening and we are working to give you what you need. The upgrades are also a test of Ferrari's engineering team. If they deliver a car that finally feels right for Hamilton, it will prove that they've learned from earlier mistakes. It will show that the team can respond with precision, not just excuses. But if these upgrades fail, if the car still doesn't behave well, if the results don't change, then it could be a serious blow to team morale. It could also damage the trust between driver and team. When you bring a 7-time world champion to your garage, expectations are extremely high. The team has to show that it can rise to the challenge. That's why the Canadian Grand Prix is now much more than just another race. It's a major moment in Ferrari's season. It's where we'll see whether all these months of hard work and silent preparation were worth it. And for Hamilton, it's a chance to finally show what he can do when the car is on his side. It's about proving to the world, and to himself, that he can still fight for wins, not just survive races. The psychology behind this upgrade is just as important as the engineering. A successful weekend in Canada could bring a wave of momentum. Confidence is everything in Formula One, especially for a driver like Hamilton, who thrives when he feels connected to his machine. If the car behaves the way he wants, if he feels that he can trust it on corner entry, under braking, and during acceleration, then we might finally see him drive without hesitation. That's when Hamilton is at his best, when he feels in control and can focus entirely on the race ahead.